Hello everyone, and welcome back to A Couple Books. This is Couple, as per usual. Today, we're going to be doing a book tag, because I was tagged, and it was so nice this person tagged me, so obviously I'm going to do the tag, and I'm going to tag people so we can continue sharing the love. Am I right? This tag is so fitting because it's the Friends book tag, which is just so amazing. And I was tagged by Rosie. I will link her channel down below, so please do go check her out. She's absolutely amazing. She is so kind. She is so sweet. An amazing book to her. Please do go check her out. And she put so much work into her videos. So go watch and subscribe. With that being said, let us get into the creator of this tag. I couldn't find it. Rosie couldn't find it. If you guys know who the creator is, please comment down below and I will pin it to the top so that we can all give credit where credit is due. So, with that being said, let us now move into the actual tag itself. We are going to be spelling out the word friend, which is so exciting. Yay! I love friendship. Okay, moving on. The first one is going to be F, which is friendship. Name a book with a strong friendship in it. And I feel like this one is kind of an easy one for me, mostly because I talked about it before. Other channel creators have talked about it before. I think of Kevin's channel, who will also be tagged down below. But Royce and Hadrian in the Michael J. Sullivan universe, such as the Area Revelations and the Area Chronicles, which will appear on the screen right here. This is an amazing series. And for those who are not aware, Area Revelations is 3 books. It's actually 6 books, but it's 3 books, like 3 big books, and then each book is 2 books. Yes, math people. And in this series, basically, we follow Royce and Hadrian as they go about this epic quest that involve saving empires and doing all these cool assassin things and these epic battles. And it's really, honestly, like some of my favorite, honestly, like Area Revelations is amazing. And then Area Chronicles is basically the prequel series where we learn all about Royce and Hadrian, how they met and how they became friends, even because they are not anything in the slightest bit alike. Hadrian is a honorable, strong, very independent, very honorable knight type figure, and Royce is like a more shady, like assassin, stabby stab stab type person. But they end up becoming good friends, and even though they've got different moral compasses, and even though they are pretty much polar opposites, they become very tight friends. And part of the reason I love this series so much is not because of the stories. Like, yes, I do actually enjoy the stories very much, but it's them. I love them. I love watching Royce and Hadrian bicker back and forth. I love their conversations. My dog is choking in the corner right now on a bone. Please stop. If you guys want to read a fantasy series that has an amazing bromance going on, check out this book series by Michael J. Sullivan. Please do. Okay, next one is going to be R, Real Life. A non-fiction book that you want to read. So, if you guys want your existence to be in question and to have constant concerns about the future of society, and you don't already have that, stop listening right now. But if you are like me and we are concerned about the future, then I would check out The Sixth Extinction by Elizabeth Colbert. This is a book I really want to reread. I read it back in college for my sustainability course, and I absolutely was obsessed with it. I reread it like twice. I've never like read a book for school that I've like that I reread like immediately. Like, I actually really enjoyed this book, and it's all about how we are entering. There's been 5 major extinction level events that have happened throughout the course of the planet, and we are currently in the 6th one, the 6th major extinction event of Earth's like existence. This is the 6th one, and it basically goes through the science, and it's not written in like a dull, boring science manner. It's a very gripping story, and it's not, and part of the reason it's so gripping is because it's like we're watching it happen, and the author pulls in real data and real examples of what we're seeing happening in the world and how we are in a major extinction level event, and it is absolutely terrifying, and it really makes you worry, and it really keeps you up at night. So if you guys want to read a horror book that is not a horror book in the slightest bit, check out The Sixth Extinction by Elizabeth Colbert, because I'm going to be rereading it as soon as I can, because I absolutely love this book. Okay, next one. Indie author. A book by an indie author. So, I'm going to choose an author I've talked about before because I cannot gloat enough about this author. That's going to be Rob J. Hayes. I read Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. He just came out with the second book that's set right after. Rob J. Hayes is a indie author, and Never Die is a fantastic story, all set around Japanese folk tales and Japanese legends. And it's about these heroes that are brought together. Let's try to be spoiler free here, couple. Yes, please, thank you very much. These heroes are brought together by this little boy, and they have to go kill the evil emperor of the land. And he basically goes around and he finds these legendary, super amazing, super powerful individuals who are like heroes of their own tales, and he brings them all together to go and defeat the big bad guy. The reason this story is so amazing is because he brings in so much Japanese like folk tales and folklore and myths and legends, and I just really enjoyed it. I loved it. I love the ending of this book so much, and I really like, it's probably one of my top all-time favorite fantasy reads, and I really enjoyed it so much. And Rob J. Hayes is also not just an indie author, but he's also one of those indie authors who really supports other indie authors. I have found a lot of book recommendations based purely off of reading stuff that Rob J. Hayes recommends. He really does a very nice job of promoting the indie author community. So be sure to check out Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. It's on the screen, or was on the screen, one of the two. And if you have not, check out some of his other works, because he's got a lot of books out there. And I've only read like 3 or 4 of his books, but I've loved every single one I've read pretty much. But by far, the best one you have to pick up is Never Die. Fantastic, fantastic story. Seriously, just pick up the book. Just trust me. Trust me. Next we've got E, Endings. A book where the ending made you scream. So I'm going to bring up a bad memory for pretty much everyone who's probably watching this video, and that's going to be Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. That was the most disappointing ending ever. Like, first of all, the book series, in my personal opinion, you can hate me for it in the comment section down below. My personal opinion, the entire book series was absolute garbage, like utter, like disgusting, smelly garbage. But it could have been redeemed. It could have been redeemed. And it was honestly this close from being one of the worst series to have one of the best endings in YA fantasy, and it just dropped the ball. And it's horrible. And for those who've not read Twilight, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you because I don't want to relive it. I'm already reliving it enough inside here, and I don't need to relive it out here. It's horrible. If you've seen the movies, you know what I'm talking about. If you've read the books, you know what I'm talking about. It's a horrible ending. It's absolute garbage, and it should just go burn. I don't know where, it just needs to burn somewhere. And it's a horrible place to go. So don't even think about it. I'm sorry I brought it up, you know? It's like the game. You don't bring it up. Moving on. N. New. A new book that you can't wait to buy. Alright, so I'm going to say A History of What Comes Next by Sylvia Neuville. I didn't do any anticipated reads for 2021, mostly because there's too many to pick from, but this is a book I've been eyeing and I'm super excited for. But basically, Sylvia Neuville wrote the Sleeping Giant series, which is a sci-fi series. This is going to be a sci-fi thriller. It's supposed to have some Blake Crouch elements, some Andy Weir elements. I'm really excited for it. From what I've understood, it's basically in the 1940s when the rocket era was kind of taking off in the world and people were on the race to build rockets and get off into space and all that kind of stuff. There was also this race, especially if anyone is from America, you know, where basically they were recruiting former Nazis after the war, Nazi scientists, and bringing them over to basically boost our words. They basically recruited a whole bunch of former Nazi scientists to basically help boost our technology and help us get ahead on the race to space and the race to the moon. And this kind of builds off of that, where basically we are following this family and they are kind of pulling the levers of society and pushing to get some Nazi scientists over into America to basically push America forward in the race to get to the moon first. And I'm super excited about this book. It sounds really interesting. I'm kind of stoked by it. I like the play on history. It's a very interesting premise for me, and I also like Sylvia Neuville's Sleeping Giant series, so I'm stoked for this book. The next one is D, Dark, a book which has dark themes, and I'm just going to say Joe Abercrombie. If you want to have conflicted characters, if you want to be rooting for the bad guy, and then you're confused, is he the bad guy, but is he not the bad guy? This Joe Abercrombie, people, okay? He writes characters so dark, and like you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, go character, and then you're like, that guy's a murderer. That's bad. We don't support murderers here. But that being said, there are times where you're supporting the murderer while reading Joe Abercrombie. Like you just, like there's no way you cannot like sometimes root for like Lotka or any of the bad guys in this series, not because they're bad guys of the story, but because they themselves are bad people. They did bad things. but you still root for them deep down in your core. And if you deny it, then you're a denier. Don't lie to yourself. I have to say, Joe Abercrombie writes dark themes like profoundly well. I really enjoyed the Law Trilogy. All 3 books are up on the screen. I really loved it very much. I think you guys have to check it out if you guys have not already. If you guys like dark fantasy, like uber dark themes, dark people, great characters, check him out today. Okay, just go. Stop the video now. I will say, don't even like and subscribe. Just go to the bookstore and pick it up and start reading it. And then if you like it, then like and subscribe. Plan? Promise? Pinky swear? Okay, moving on. And then our final word of friends is S. Share. Share the love and tag some of your favorite channels. So I'm going to be tagging 6 booktubers that I watch a lot. This is, of course, not everyone I watch, but I had to choose 6 people who I hadn't seen done this tag. By the time this video is out, there's a possibility that some people have done this tag, so I apologize if I'm double tagging you. I'm so sorry. But I'm tagging 6 booktubers. You guys need to all check them out. They're all going to be down below. So, and of course, in addition to the 6, please do also go check out Rosie's channel. As I said in the beginning, so kind of her to share this tag with me. So, with that being said, let us get into the 6 booktubers that we will be tagging, and I hope that they'll do this tag. That is going to be first Kevin Rothridge's channel, which will be down below. He does a lot of the same books that I've read or I've covered in the past, and he has such fun things. He does like a bromance video. It's absolutely fantastic. Go check him out. Next, I've got books with Ange. Ange and I are like, I've covered this pretty much every time I tag Ange. Ange and I are like on the same wavelength. She reads slightly different books than I do, so be sure to check out her channel as well. Next is Attention. Attention does fantastic videos. Like how he films is very fun, very interesting. Every time you watch, it's like watching like you feel the heart he poured into each video. And he does a lot of histories on authors. He covers a lot of very interesting authors, classical authors. He has a very obvious, massive, huge backlog of books in his head. Like, the man's amazing. So go check him out. Go check out his channel. Next, I would check out Liz. Liz is amazing. Her YouTube channel is for Booking Aloud. It will, of course, be down below. And she's absolutely fantastic. Please go check her out. She's been with me since the beginning. She's absolutely fantastic. Please go check out her videos, okay? And then we have Lady Jane from Lady Jane Books. Lady Jane does so many fun reviews, and I really enjoy her rant reviews. They're fantastic. And guys, we need to help her build subscribers so she can do jazz hands more often, if you know what I'm saying. And then lastly, we have Joanna with Book Talks with Yo. She does a lot of AuthorTube stuff on her channel as well, so be sure to check out her channel. All 6 of these people, I would love for you guys to all go and I would like you guys to all go and subscribe and like all their videos. Please, let's support small booktubers everywhere. Thank you guys so much for the support, and also thank you guys so much for joining me on today's video, and I hope that we see these 6 people do the tags later on. So be sure to check out all 7 links down in my description box, and I am done, I think. I think that's everything. I think that's everything I have to cover today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's everything. We're done. This is all. So if you're still here, I'm sorry that you're still here. But if you're still here, you might as well like and subscribe before you leave. Why don't you? Be sure to comment down below, guys. What are your guys' answers to these prompts? If you guys also want to do this tag and I didn't tag you, feel free to do the tag, people, okay? Please, please. I would love to see these tags. Comment down below if you're going to do the tag so I can come and check it out. And other than that, I think that's everything for today. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. Bye now.